Welcome, welcome, welcome. We want to welcome you to our 2022 NRWP virtual induction ceremony. We're going to start on time because a lot of ground that these young men would like to cover with you. So without further ado, Brother Maureen, could you take us to the next slide, please?
Hello and welcome to the New Rochelle White Plains Kappa League. I'm Kappa Leaguer Jackson Marine, and I'd like to share the New Rochelle White Plains 2020 Kappa League Video of the Year with you. On January 11th, 2020, we welcomed 34 new Kappa Leaguers to the Zeta class of New Rochelle White Plains. The induction ceremony was attended by friends, family, brothers of the fraternity, politicians, and Kappa Alpha Psi member Derek Palmer. We are proud to welcome these young men to the New Rochelle White Plains Kappa League family. On February 22nd, 2020, the New Rochelle White Plains Kappa League hosted the Kappa League Summit. The summit was attended by over 300 guests and featured billionaire, philanthropist, and Kappa Alpha Psi member Michael V. Roberts. We also had the opportunity to visit the NBA headquarters in New York City. Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum of the NBA welcomed us with open arms. He told us to study hard because there are more people behind the scenes in the NBA than on the basketball court. There are NBA careers in data analytics, digital media, business development, and much more. We can become champions in our own unique way. The New Rochelle White Plains Kappa League provides opportunities to visit different places of worship. We had a chance to visit Grace Baptist Church in Mount Vernon, New York. There are also plenty of social action opportunities that allow Kappa Leaguers and other members of the community to come together. Thanksgiving Day of Service and Homeless Coat Drive were just a few. Following the theme of professional athletes publicly declaring their intentions to play for a professional team, College Signing Month is our annual celebration of the graduating seniors from our program to allow them to publicly declare their intentions to earn their degree at their respective college, university, military branch, or training school of choice. It all starts with college awareness and leads up to College Signing Day. COVID-19 has changed the way we worship, learn, and live. Despite these new changes, we were able to continue our Kappa League sessions with the creative uses of technology. These are just some of the activities from the New Rochelle White Plains Kappa League, but not all of them. Please visit NRWPKappas.com to learn more about the New Rochelle White Plains Kappa League.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Phil Schuler, and I'm a member of the New Rochelle White Plains Alumni Chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Incorporated. I'm also the Guidewright Director of the New Rochelle White Plains Kappa League program. This year, I know has been a challenging year for many of us, definitely with COVID. I just want you to know it was our intent, deepest intent, to meet in person. We had everything set up, and unfortunately, COVID times kind of prevented us from meeting face to face. We did look at many other options, but based on this being a centennial year, which we'll talk about later, with so much going on, we didn't want to deprive the young men of coming on board and being inducted. There are some activities that we will follow up on. We'll give them an opportunity to enjoy the moment. So, brothers, friends, family, and distinguished guests, please sit back and relax while our leaders of tomorrow presents today's 2022 NRWP Induction Ceremony for this Guidewright Centennial year. Without further delay, it's my pleasure to introduce our Master of Ceremony for this afternoon. That would be Kappa Leaguer Jared Charles, who is also our high school president. As we present, Mr. Charles. Jared. Did we lose Jared? Okay, he was on the call. Well, I will fill in, and we'll just move on to the next slide until Jared comes back on the call. He's not
Jared
muted.
appears to be muted.
Is he muted?
Yes.
Oh, can we unmute Jared?
Fortunately, all participants aren't able to unmute.
All right, now I can unmute now. Before I wasn't able to.
Brother Schuler, please unmute yourself.
Hello?
Jared Charles, please unmute yourself.
Hello?
He's unmuted. He's on.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right.
You can go, Jared.
All right. Up next, we have Cap Leader Carl Green Jr. with the invocation.
I think he might be front. I'll say for now, unmute everybody so these gentlemen can talk.
So Brother Polmark, they have to do that on their end. They have the capabilities of unmuting themselves. Let's just see
Okay.
if that's true.
If your name is called, please unmute yourself.
Brother Maureen, do you have the slide? Brother Maureen,
Stand by.
you have the slide?
Stand by. Can you hear me, Brother Schuler?
Yes. Okay, next slide. Thank you.
Up next, we have Cap Leader Carl Green Jr. with the invocation.
Difficulties with them unmuting.
Are you sure? Carlos here.
All right. In the interest of time, MJ, can you give us a quick prayer, please? MJ? I will continue on. I will narrate. All heads bowed, all eyes closed. Dear Heavenly Father, we want to thank you for giving us the opportunity to come together today. We realize these are challenging times and times as we move through this virtual world. Lord, we're asking for you to come down in the midst, Lord, and just undo the things and the challenges that we are faced at this moment, Lord. We're just believing that you'll make this a memorable moment as we proceed through the program. We thank you for the friends and the family that's joined this session today, and we're just looking forward for a great celebration. We ask these long blessings, we pray, Lord. Amen. Amen. As we transition to the next slide.
Welcome to the New Rochelle White Plains Kappa Leaguers, parents, family, guests, and to the Brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. My name is Kevin Burnett. I'm the National Guide Right Chairman for Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. And I'd like to congratulate the young men that are being inducted into Kappa League today. And I'd like for them and their parents to know not only are they coming into an award-winning program, they're coming into a program with award-winning young men. I'd also like to say that in a world that is lacking leadership today, you have come to a place where your young man can learn leadership. In a world that's lacking in achievement and excellence today, you've come to a place where your young man can learn achievement and excellence. In a world that is lacking critical thinking skills today, that can't understand that a vaccination can help stem a pandemic, your young man has come to a place to learn critical thinking skills. So if you're looking for a place for leadership, achievement, excellence, critical thinking skills, you found it. And I wish you all a great day, and I hope you all are safe and healthy.
And as we transition to the next slide, we'll have words from our Province Guy Right Director, Northeastern Province Guy Right Director, Brother Kevin Boston Hill.
Thank you, Brother Shula. I appreciate the chance to speak to not only the Kappa Leaguers, the current Kappa Leaguers, those who are being inducted, as well as the families. It is very important to note that not only are we working with the families, working with the young men to, as Brother Burnett has pointed out, to teach them leadership skills and what achievement is about and everything, but we're also working with you, the family members, because you are going on this road, on this journey, just as much as the young men are. So on behalf of the leadership of the Northeastern Province and all other brothers assembled, we want to thank you all for taking this very important step with your young men and all the young men involved in this part of your journey into manhood. And before I do close, I just want to say, I like to say these words that are very poignant. And many of you have probably recognized the words from the movie Coach Carter, but it was actually a poem that was originally written by Marianne Williamson, and it's our greatest fear, or our deepest fear. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond imagination. It is our light, more than our darkness, which scares us. We ask ourselves, who are we to be brilliant, beautiful, talented, and fabulous? But honestly, who are you not to be so? You are a child of God. Small games do not work in this world. For those around us to feel peace, it is not example to make ourselves small. We were born to express the glory of God that lives in all of us, not in some of us, but it is in all of us. While we allow our light to shine, we unconsciously give permission for others to do the same. When we liberate ourselves from our own fears, simply our presence may liberate others. Young men, go out there, let your light shine, and hopefully that will give rise to others to follow in your footsteps. Welcome, everyone, and please enjoy the rest of the ceremony.
Thank you, Brother Boston Hill. We really appreciate it. And I know somewhat beyond the protocol, but I want to just take a special moment. Hopefully, you can stay on for the remaining. I know you have a busy schedule for the remaining of the program. We would have really appreciated. Um,
I will hang on as long as I can. As going on in the chat, you all do realize today is my birthday. Thank you, and of course, and the family does have some plans for me. So I will hang on as long as I can.
Well, you just let the cat out the bag. And we did have a special slide, so we're going to improvise at this moment. For those of you who don't know, as he did mention, today is his birthday. Brother Maureen, if you can just go to the slide very quickly. We just want to take a moment to first thank you for joining us on this day, especially on your birthday. And we want to take a moment to wish you a happy birthday. So for all of those who are on the call, you can unmute. Let's just give our very own brother Boston Hill a happy birthday.
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 Thank
Thank you all. Thank you all. I really do appreciate it. Again, I know it is my birthday, but I know that this is a very important occasion for New Rochelle, White Plains, and we in the Northeastern Province, as well as all around Kappa around the world, appreciate all of the wonderful work that you have been doing in the past few years and will continue to do in the future. So I had to carve out a few moments to be able to spend a little bit of time with you all today. But again, thank you all. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you. And yes, we do understand. I did have it built into the program. I was going to surprise you, but you kind of surprised me. So thank you. So without further ado, my apologies, Brother Marine. I know we're sliding around a little bit, and we can just go. And Kappa Jarrett, I know I'm improvising. We're going to transition right over to the poll mark address. So we're going to have our very own New Rochelle, White Plains, poll mark, Brother Pierre Oscar, to share some words. Brother Oscar.
Thank you, Brother Shula. And I'd like to once again wish Brother Kevin Boston Hill, our Northeastern Province God Right Director, happy birthday. I would say, Brother Kevin Boston Hill, as always, find time to be with us from the inception of this Kappa League program. And we just always appreciate, him carving out some time for us on his birthday. So thank you, Brother Kevin Boston Hill. It is my distinct pleasure on behalf of the New Rochelle White Plains Alumni Chapter to welcome you to the Theta Class Kappa League Induction Ceremony. Since our chartering in 1972, the New Rochelle White Plains Alumni Chapter has proudly served both the Westchester and Rockland County communities through its ongoing programs and initiatives that provide support and services to brothers, youth, and families. The past 49 years has been filled with diligent and dedicated work through achievement, leadership, and service in the name of Kappa Alpha Psi. During the past year or so, we faced uncertainty at the highest level with the COVID-19 pandemic, but our diligence and commitment to serve in our communities has been more important than ever. In our chapter, one of the themes we've kind of adopted is that it's not just words, but deeds. So we truly believe in rolling up our sleeves and getting out there in the community and being relevant and having an impact. Our God Right program has also been tirelessly working with our Kappa Leaguers and our God Right program as God Right celebrate 100 years this year of it's the centennial year, and we've been working diligently to ensure that we continue to serve the young men, the young scholars, as we call them, in our community. And these 14 young men we have today, the Theta class, is no exception. There are some exceptional young men that have greatness in store in their future. So I'm honored as the 22nd poll mark of the New Rochelle White Plains Alumni Chapter on behalf of the brothers of the New Rochelle White Plains Alumni Chapter, the Kappa League Committee, Godright, and all to welcome you, the inductees, as well as the families, to our Theta class induction ceremony. Thank you, and you are in store for a great program.
Up next, we have Kappa Leaguer Ralph Field with an introduction of distinguished guests.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Ralph Fields, and I'm the high school historian for the chapter. Today I'll be introducing to you our distinguished guests. They're the Honorable Judge Raymond Bruce, Jack and Jill of Rockland County, the Greater Hudson Valley chapter of the Lynx Incorporated, and I'd also like to give special thanks to the Theodore D. Young Community Center.
Thank you, Kappa League Ralph Fields. If there's anyone else that we did not see, I know we're scrolling through the chat. Can you please put it in there, because we want to make sure that we acknowledge your organization. We know we have a lot of interaction with the Links, as well as with Martin Luther King Center. So if there's anyone else, I also believe that we also have the Cope team. Team Cope is joining the call as well. So if there's anyone else, please put it in the chat and I'll make sure we will acknowledge them. Going back over to you, MC Jared Charles.
Up next, we got Mr. Craig Bryant with the introduction of the Guideright Committee.
All right, thank you, Kappa League Jared. Appreciate your time. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you again for joining us. I'd like to take the time to introduce our committee of brothers. As our poll mark likes to say, many hands lighten the load. So we'd like to take this time to acknowledge, the brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, our New Rochelle White Plains chapter, that have taken an active role in these young men's lives. So with that, I'd like to read off. We have brothers Michael Beeman, Charles Bogus, brothers Robert Bowen, myself, Craig Bryant, James Cobb, Richard Dillon, Andre Early, Reverend Brother Irvin Graves, Brother Derek Griffith, our chapter's vice poll mark, Brother Salim Holder, Timothy Lewis, Brother Marcos Lindley, Walter Marable, Brother Del Matthews, our own Franz Marine, Dr. Reggie Miller, our past poll mark, Anthony Morgan, Ricardo Nichols, our poll mark, who just spoke with us, Brother Pierre Oscar, Brother Steve Robinson, Brother Robert Rowe, our esteemed chairman, Philip Schuler, Brother Ernst Tannemil, Brother Tillman, Brother Carl Turnipseed, head of our foundation, Brian Williams, and our own Brother Craig Woodward. Again, I'd like to thank you, brothers, for taking such an active role in helping us along. As I say, it takes a village to raise, a child, and in our case, a chapter, with the assistance of our family and friends. So we thank you.
Up next, we have Kappa Leader Jackson Marine with the introduction of Kappa Leader senior officers and junior officers.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jackson Marine, and I'm the treasurer for the high school division. And I'm going to be listing off the officers in the middle school and high school division. I'm going to start with middle school and then the high school. Our historian is Tristan Riobe Taylor. Our sergeant at arms is Tyler Riobe Taylor. Treasurer is David Bazemore. Secretary is Tanner Riobe Taylor. Vice President is Jaden Woodley. And our president is Spencer Figueroa. And for the high school, historian is Ralph Fields. Sergeant at arms is Chase Gray. Treasurer is Jackson Marine. Secretary is Quentin Collins. Vice President number 2 is Carl Green Jr. Vice President number 1 is Jared Charles. And President is Michael Jones Bay.
Thank you. Before you transition on, Jared, no, we can go to the next slide. I just want to make sure, I know there's a couple of individuals that I missed on the slide deck for the committee members. I also want to make sure I do acknowledge the support from Brother Irvin Crusoe. And you have to forgive me, I must have missed, I had quite a few names there, but I just want to announce him because I did see it on the program, but it was not on the slide yet. All right, you can proceed on, Brother Kapalika Jarrett.
All right. The Kappa League Leadership and Development League is a program designed to aid young men to grow and develop their leadership talents in every phase of human endeavor and prepare them for college and beyond. Cap League is a subset of the Guidewright program. Our national service initiative is designed to help young men grow, receive, and develop their leadership talents in every phase of human endeavor. For over 50 years, Cap League has been a premier program instrumental in providing guidance for young men all over the country. Since 1969, young men have been giving mentoring and leadership training along with the challenging and rewarding experiences that help them become successful in both high school and college. The New Rochelle White Plains chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Inc. had began its program back on September 2014, inducting 35 young men. Today, the New Rochelle White Plains chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi Inc. will induct 22 young men into its Theta class. Up next, we got Kappa Leaguer Spencer Figueroa with the Kappa League Junior President speech.
Good afternoon, all. My name is Spencer Michael Figueroa, and I'm the middle school president. I've been a Kappa Leaguer for 2 years, and I'm currently in the 8th grade attending St. Gregory Barbarigo School. While becoming a Kappa Leaguer, I learned how to invest and save money. This afternoon, we would like to welcome you and thank you for investing your valuable time with us.
Up next, we got Kappa Leaguer Michael Jones Bay with the Kappa League Senior President speech.
Thank you, Jared. It is my honor to bring greetings to all the friends, family, and special guests that are participating in this virtual induction ceremony. On behalf of the best Kappa League chapter in the nation, we were voted the #1 chapter in the country, not only because of the phenomenal young men who are my brothers in the Kappa League program, but also because of the active participation of our parents, and of course, because of the investment that is made in us by the men of the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. Today, I want to bring you a message that was inspired by one of my favorite movies, Spider-Man. This message was also inspired by the loving parents of the Kappa League community, along with the exceptional men of the Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. In my opinion, you are all heroes. In the Marvel comic book world created by Stan Lee, we have been introduced to heroes such as Black Panther, Iron Man, and Spider-Man. I am blessed to live in a real world where I have been introduced to real-life heroes such as Brother Phil Schuler and Brother Pierre Oscar. I have also been introduced to heroes like Brothers Craig Woodward, Salim Holder, Andre Early, Craig Bryan, Ricardo Nichols, Del Matthews, Marcus Lindsley, Walter Marable, Robert Rowe, Steve Robinson, Franz Marine, Brian Williams, Richard Dillon, and Ernest Tenemel, just to name a few from our local chapter. And as a member of the National Kappa League Leadership Board, I have also had the privilege of meeting heroes such as brothers Kevin Burnett and brother Kevin Boston Hill. I am also blessed to have a father and mother that embody the virtues of heroes. And one lesson that I have learned from my father is this: the future belongs to those who create it. These words are true in the Marvel universe of Spider-Man, and also true in the real world. And so today, my message is based on the 2018 movie version of Spider-Man called Into the Spider-Verse. It was the movie that brought us Miles Morales, a Black teenage version of Spider-Man. The title of my message today is Into the Kappaverse, and it is dedicated to the Kappa Leaguers who are being inducted today. So here is my message to you. Today is a special day in your life. Today, you are officially being accepted into a special community. It is a community populated by the men of Kappa Alpha Psi, our loving parents, and an exceptional peer group of aspiring middle school and high school young Black men. It is a community where the word impossible is a lie, and where excellence is not only a standard, but an expectation. In our network, you'll find great mission, purpose, and power. And so to my Kappa League inductees, I am happy to say that it will be official. At the end of this program, you will be sworn in by the Honorable Judge Raymond Bruce. When you receive your pin, wear it proudly. We are depending on you to help us continue to build this organization. Welcome to the Kappaverse. I would like to leave you with a memorable quote from the Spider-Man movie that I feel is appropriate for all of us in the Kappaverse. With great power comes great responsibility. This is my gift and my curse. Who am I? I'm Spider-Man. After saying those words, Miles commits to facing his challenges and living a life that is consistent with his identity. For my brothers in this organization, I challenge you to live lives that are consistent with the identity of a proud Kappa Leaguer and also a proud Black man. If you watch the movie again, you will see that Miles Morales Spider-Man had to go through 3 phases. The first phase was becoming aware of his powers. The second phase was working with a mentor to learn how to use his powers. And the third phase was learning how to use his powers when he needed it. And you may notice that that process sounds a lot like what we do in Kappa League. And it is a process that is preparing us for life's challenges. The other major lesson from the Miles Morales version of Spider-Man that can be applied to real life is that everyone has the power to do good, but it takes a real hero to dig deep and find it. If we all dig deep and tap into our gifts that, just like the heroes of the Marvel Universe, along with our parents, families, and big brothers, together we can create a future that is worth living. Together, we can overcome any challenges, including pandemics such as COVID-19, as well as negative stereotypes and low expectations that society has for Black men. And so congratulations to this year's Kappa League inductees. And to all of our returning middle school and high school Kappa Leaguers, I look forward to another great year. Through this community, we have given access to a special superpower that is infused by love, animated by experience, and turbocharged by possibility. But we all have this power. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. So in 2022, let's learn together, serve together, and have fun together. The future belongs to us, but only if we create it. Thank you again to everyone in our virtual viewing audience who took the time to join us for this special day. I wish you all a safe, healthy, and prosperous 2021. Thank you.
Thank you. Up next, we have
Charles, Kappa League, Jared Charles.
Yes.
Hold on for 1 minute if you don't mind.
Okay.
Thank you. I just want to say thank you. Great speech, Michael Jones Bay. Outstanding job. I just want to call an audible. I see that we have a lot of Deltas that are Kappa League moms and just joining us today. I want to take a moment, let's say 30 seconds to just a moment of silence for their president that just passed away. Let's honor her right this minute for a moment of silence. Okay, thank you. Kappa League Charles, you may resume.
Okay. Up next, we have the introduction of keynote speaker by Jaden Woodley.
Hello, my name is Jaden Woodley. I am 12 years old and I am the vice president of the Kappa New Rochelle Middle School Kappa League officer. And I will be introducing our keynote guest speaker. And this is what he has to say. Currently, I am in my final year at Reneleziar Polytechnic Institute, graduating with a Bachelor of Architecture and minor in general psychology. My experience in studying the architectural design process has allowed me to explore my architecture as an interdisciplinary field. Through my research, internships, and studies, I applied skills in architecture to a wide range of subjects such as biology, fashion, computation, and manufacturing. Now I am completing my thesis that explores the social impact of architecture and its effects on health, law, and culture.
Thank you, Jay. So without further ado, our keynote speaker for this afternoon, former graduate of our Kappa League program from the Alpha class, Mr. Jonah Fields.
Thank you so much. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Great. I'm going to share my screen for this presentation. Great. Can everyone see it?
Yeah.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jonah Fields, a Kappa League graduate, and I'm pursuing a Bachelor of
Oh,
Architecture.
geez, Jonah, sorry, but I don't think we can see the screen
Yeah,
share.
there's only a red blank screen.
Oh, that's what it's starting with.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. I'll start over. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jonah Fields, Kappa League graduate. As stated before, I'm a Bachelor of Architecture, minor in General Psychology at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute. I consider it a privilege to speak with the young, outstanding men here today, and I thank you for being here today to invite me. Congratulations to all the Kappa League inductees and current Kappa Leaguers for making it this far in their journey. I hope this presentation is inspiring and towards your long-term goals, which informed me of the title of this presentation. And that is everywhere. The kind of Helvetica font with the quotation marks, very simple design of this title is actually inspired by an amazing designer, Virgil Abloh. And I want to read this quote from him. Everything I do references something that influenced me. Now, I like to consider this quote a little bit meta because I'd consider Virgil as someone who inspires me. And I think he's also been an inspiration to many youth entrepreneurs pursuing design. Unfortunately, he has recently passed away, but his impact will remain everlasting, just like all of us will with our impact on the world. So this is kind of a first start to this quote. I want to start with this image. This image was inspired by a couple of artists that I was inspired by. Here is a project that I was working on at MIT where we were actually working with a brand new form of 3D printing called rapid liquid printing. And I'll describe it to you very briefly. We essentially just put in a vat of gel into a tank, and then we released a liquid that would harden. And the reason why we use that gel is so the liquid would actually be suspended in space to remove gravity from a 3D printing process. Now, a lot of these things don't seem to be very architectural at all, but I want to say that all of these projects were done under the Department of Architecture. And it's with Virgil's idea of being inspired by other disciplines that I think should be applied to all the youth. And it should be something that we should all be thinking about. Here are two of the images that inspired this piece of photography that I made. I like to think about the work that I do also needs to be represented well. In order to represent the work well for people to become engaged and interested in it, we always have to take from what interests us. So these are two light exhibitions, one at an art exhibition and one at a concert. And it's interesting to see how the output becomes this. Let's take another example. When I was young, my father used to always come back from his travels and bring me a puzzle. When I was in my architecture studies, I ended up taking this puzzle and ended up reconstructing it in order to actually make a model that I'd use to inform my architectural process. And these were two of the models that were made that were 3D printed. And eventually I ended up with the full architectural design. Now, I believe that I've used my education to actually become interdisciplinary, meaning that I use my knowledge in architecture to be applied to different subjects. And here's a little compilation of all of these projects. Some of them, like I said before, had to do with 3D printing. Also worked with fashion in 3D printing and prosthetics. Then you also have computation, and then you also have video game design, which is quite interesting. And then you also have architecture, 3D animation. And with that, I want to say that inspiration is everywhere. And you should never limit yourself from your own potential. So what's interesting is I was approached and they asked me what is a trending topic that the youth can relate to? So I already discussed Virgil Abloh a bit, but I think there's something that we can all relate to, everyone here, not just the youth. You know, if you asked me this 6 months ago, I might have actually said, you know, I might be getting a little bit old. You know, I might not be cool with the kids as much as anymore as I am about to graduate college. But during my final year at college, I actually was sitting in a class and they brought up an interesting article. And this article talked about a certain subject that I think everyone knows about: memes. So here's what we generally think of memes. We think of them as some sort of joke that's spread online. But there's actually, the term meme has actually predated the internet itself. And even the concept of it has been applied throughout human history. And I'm going to take you to this article right here. And this was presented to me in class. The Meme Machine. So this book argues that memes, well, this book actually was created before the internet took off, and the term meme was coined to describe these quote unquote jokes or images. And she says that memes are cultural information that replicates, right? So thinking about these key terms of information and replication, there's something similar to that we can apply this to, and that's genes, which are genetic information that replicates. So to put it into context, memes, in a sense, are all of these cultural ideas that are constantly being spread between us. If you see that there's a certain meme that's trending, it usually has to do with the specific social context of where we are right now. I'll take you back a couple slides to the meme all the way on the top right. Does anyone know that the name of, does anyone else feel troubled by the fact that the name of the next year is literally 2021? This was obviously made in the year 2020. But thinking about all of these, memes have constantly changed throughout our society and throughout time. And there's a certain aspect of this that we need to think about in terms of the cultural aspect of why this is happening. So here's another point of everywhere. Memes are everywhere. And again, like I said before, memes are cultural information, which means that culture is everywhere. And with that, we need to consider that culture has a certain impact in our community. You see, when you think of community, you think about all of these different kinds of ways of thinking. And within one community, you think that there's more single set-minded way of thinking. But actually within that, it's a little bit more complex. Each individual person has their own ideals, but as a whole, they might be impacted in a certain way. And it's my job as an architecture student, and also the job of all designers, to consider the user at hand. So here are two images. The one on the left is when I typed in community on an AI image generator. So artificial intelligence took the word community and ended up making this image. Now, as an architecture student, I automatically read this as what we call a plan, or a bird's eye view looking down in a neighborhood. So here's the next image of a neighborhood arranged in that sense. So thinking about what the AI considers to be a community, is actually this group of roads and houses in a grid. And you might think, there's nothing too special about this, but actually the way in which we design our communities can actually have a lasting impacts on the financial, economic, ecological prosperation of our communities. I'm going to bring you to this quote right here, which I think we should all follow. It's to design for excellence. I'm going to read to you a couple of the pillars of design within the AIA, or the American Institute of Architecture. Design for integration, design for equitable communities, design for ecosystems, design for water, design for economy, design for energy, design for well-being, design for resources, design for change, design for discovery. Now, I want you to think about these quotes, right? All of these quotes have to do with exemplifying a quality of life that us as designers have a responsibility to implement. I also believe that Kappa League's values mirrors this as well. And I think that it's something that everyone should understand in this program, that they are upholding a certain standard and values when going through this program. Here's an image of a light. Let's reference my first study again of how I was inspired by light. Design isn't just applied to architecture, as I said before. It's with everything we interact with and all the tools we use. Everything in our household is designed for our convenience. And this right here specifically was the gateway into now where we're all working remote and have a screen in front of us full of thousands of LEDs. So I'll leave you with this. Design is everywhere. And there's actually one more story that I'd like to talk about. When I was at my first job, my mentor, I approached my mentor on the bus, and him and his wife were on the bus, and he was talking about how he was originally a film student in LA, but here he is now with his own company in New York dealing with 3D printing. Now, I wondered, how could you go from a film student to now working on futuristic technology in Brooklyn? And he had this whole story of how each opportunity led to one another. And with that, he said this quote, "Don't be afraid to say yes to new opportunities, because opportunities are everywhere and you never know where they'll lead you." Thank you so much for your time.
That is amazing. Great job, Jonah. I just have a quick little story about Jonah and his family. When we were starting the Kappa League program, I've known Jonah's dad since mid 80s. He actually was instrumental in my process in Kappa Alpha Psi. But I reached out to Brother Fields, say, hey, we're starting this program and we would love to have Jonah in the program. I remember interviewing Jonah, and now to see his growth. He's a brilliant mind. He also won Kappa League Student of the Year for the Northeastern Province. He's just been achieving at the highest level, and at RPI, and just to hear him with this presentation and just dive into his brilliancy is just amazing. So we just want to thank you for joining us, Jonah, for being our keynote. And as many of you will see, Jonah was shy, just like you guys are. And, I'm sure had some reluctancy when his father was trying to get him into the program. But it's great to see him achieve. Once again, if we can unmute everybody, so give Jonah a big round of applause, that'd be awesome. Thank you, Jonah.
Thank you so much. My pleasure. Happy to be here.
Congratulations.
to
Thank you,
everyone.
Jonah.
Thank you, Jonah.
Outstanding, Jonah.
Jonah.
Outstanding, Jonah.
Outstanding.
Okay. I didn't know whether is your father on the call? I didn't see his name.
I think he was trying to join. I'm not sure if he was able to make it.
Okay.
I'm here. I'm here, brother.
Okay. Before I give my acknowledgement, I always, because it's about leadership, it's about God, right? And what better opportunity for a father, at least to share a moment with his son, to share some thoughts. So I want to give you the opportunity, Brother Field, to share some words before we move on to the next segment.
Yeah, I guess my words are not just to the Kappa Leaguers, but actually to the parents who are here today. You've taken an enormous step in terms of guiding these young men to a place where they're going to thrive. They're going to be allowed to grow and think. And, just thinking about, as Brother Palmark mentioned, my son was very shy and reserved. And Kappa League has been very impactful in his growth, development, and maturation. But it really helps us when you're involved as well. And congratulations on today. But we're definitely looking forward to seeing the next keynote speaker from this class. Thank you.
Thank you. And Jonah, I want to thank you for those encouraging, inspiring words. Very insightful. Especially, I love the technology, especially. RRT offers a lot. We're proud of you from where you have come from, and really to show the Kappa Leaguers that's coming in the class today what they can do, and look forward to them being a keynote speaker. For those of you on the call, you should know that he is from our very first class, the Alpha class. I'm looking to see if our other special guests from the Alpha class, Brother Paul Mark, is he on the call? Oh, you're on mute.
No, he couldn't make it.
Okay, all right. Well, he did. Well, he does share words. We had two surprises for our gentlemen for the centennial year. For those of you who know, not only Jonah Fields from the Alpha class, but also the president from the Alpha class, that's Elijah Oscar, sends his words of thanks and congratulations as well. So again, thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you, and we know you're in school, so you had to take time out or while you're away at school to do this. So we want to again thank you. So without, can everyone please,
Brother Schuler, if you don't
yes,
mind, just
yes.
one more housekeeping item. I just wanted to apologize. I know we have reached a cap of 100. I think it's a setting issue, but I know a lot of parents and Kappa Leaguers and brothers are trying to get in. I'm getting inundated with a lot of text, but we just want to apologize. We will make the recording available to everyone afterwards. So I just wanted to extend an apology to all those that have family and friends that are trying to get in, but we will forward the video and you can share it with them. Thank you.
Thank you, Brother Paul Mark. The same thoughts I had in my mind. I was trying to work through it to see if we can get more on the call, but I guess that's a good thing that we reached the cap. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Kappa Leaguer Jared, I think we're ready for the next phase. If we can go to the next slide.
All right. Up next, we have Mr. Schuler with the speaker acknowledgement.
So yes, so I covered the speaker acknowledgement. Again, thank you very much. I think we're ready to move forward right into the ceremony part. If we can go to the next slide. So it's a little different. For those of you who have not seen the ceremony in person, obviously we're doing it virtual, but we tried our best to emulate what it would look like. So at this moment, I'm just going to ask that everyone please remain muted. Myself and Brother Paul Mark will go through the ceremony. There will be instances that we will ask the Kappa Leaguers to respond, so we won't have everyone muting and unmuting at the same time. I'm going to ask the Kappa Leaguers just to put their response in the chat, so that way we know that you're acknowledging where we're at. So without further ado, to the brothers of the New Rochelle White Plains chapter of Kappa Alpha Psi, we're gathered here today to induct 14 young men into the NRWP Kappa League program, who, by their presence, have dedicated themselves to developing their leadership ability. The candidates today are virtually seeking admittance into the Kappa League program. Brother Oscar. Brother
Thank you,
Pomar.
brother. Thank you, Brother Schuler. The purpose of the Kappa League is to promote and develop the leadership potential of its members through participation in club-oriented activities, and at the same time motivate them to raise their aspiration level.
So, what is our motto? Next slide, please. To the candidates, what is our motto? I will share that with you. The motto is developing leadership and inspiration, leading and achieving at the highest level. So what you see before you, Brother Polmark, are the candidates seeking admittance for induction. Brother Polmark.
Members in Kappa Alpha Psi are asked, in Kappa League, are asked to understand and display the following characteristics. Humility, the state of quality of being modest of mind or spirit, demonstrated by the use of sir, please, and thank you. Deference, a yielding in wishes with courtesy and respect, demonstrated by maintaining discipline of mind and body. Unity, the being together as one for a common cause. Discipline, the training to develop self-control, character, or orderliness, and efficiency demonstrated by not losing one's temper, and effective organization of one's time. Awareness, being informed or cognizant of something through alertness in observing or interpreting what one sees, hears, and feels, demonstrated by creating, planning, executing, and reporting ideas. Gentlemen, do you understand these qualities? If so, please acknowledge by stating yes in the chat box. All of our inductees and even returning Kappa Leaguers. Okay, as you see, sir, we do, sir. In every aspect of our lives, we are rewarded for the efforts we put forth. In our careers, by promotion or advancement. In politics, by winning success. In sports, by triumph. And in the cares of our body, by good health and long life. At this point, we will explain the Kappa League shield that is shown before you today. Okay, it's up on the screen. The shield, a crest shape bearing the letter KL below the Kappa League. The shield is also decorative with a diploma representing academics and a fist clenching bolts signifying the harness of energy. Man recognizes the force and the value of energy generated by lightning and set out to harness same. The exercises of the Kappa League will develop young men who will be able to handle leadership responsibilities when the role of leadership becomes their duty. By the power vested in me as the Polmark of the New Rochelle White Plains Alumni Chapter and the implementation of God Right, the National Service Program of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, I dub thee Sir Knight of Kappa. Now, in the word Kappa, the K denotes silence. A denotes assurance. P denotes preparation. P denotes performance, and A denotes accomplishment. I pledge that as a member of, well, it's just for each of you to say. So imagine yourself saying this. So virtually, we have to improvise. You say, you pledge that as a member of Kappa League, you will faithfully and truly perform to the best of your ability the duties and responsibilities to uphold the objectives of good leadership development. So, gentlemen, if you accept that challenge, I welcome you into the Kappa League family. Brother Marine, if you unmute everybody and let them give them a round of applause.
Congratulations.
Welcome.
Congratulations.
Say the class.
Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations.
Amazing.
Congratulations, young man.
Congratulations.
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 Congratulations to all of you.
Congratulations.
Outstanding.
So, brother Marine, if you can transition to the next slide, please. Okay, and then as you hear the names call out, you will see the names will change where each Kappa Leaguer will receive a certificate. Brother Woodward.
Yes, I have the distinct pleasure of introducing our Theta class of Kappa League. And when your name is called, please mention your name, your grade, the school you're attending, and where you are from. So I will begin starting from left on down. The first Kappa Leaguer is Kappa Leaguer Kenneth Elijah Collins.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Kenneth Elijah Collins. I go to Suffering Middle School, and I am from New Jersey.
Kappa Leaguer Desmond Cypress Jr.
Hello, good afternoon. I am Kappa Leaguer Desmond Cypress Jr. I am in grade 7 and I attend school 16 in New York, where I live, and I'm from New York.
Kappa Leaguer Jesse Daniels.
Good afternoon. My name is Jesse Daniels. I'm in the 9th grade. I attend Lehman High School in the Bronx, and I'm from the Bronx.
Kappa Leaguer Malachi Dodd.
Good afternoon. My name is Malachi Dodd. I am in the 9th grade and I attend New Rochelle High School. I am from New Rochelle, New York.
Kappa Leaguer Matthew Dodd.
Hello, my name is Matthew Dodd. I'm in the 11th grade and I attend New Rochelle High School, and I also live in New Rochelle.
Kappa Leaguer Cameron Harris.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Cameron Harris. I'm in 9th grade. I live in Rockland County, and I go to North Rockland High School.
Kappa Leaguer Jalen Harrington.
Hello, good afternoon. My name is Jalen Harrigan. I am in 10th grade. I live in New Jersey, and I attend Pasco Valley High School.
Kappa Leaguer Bryce Higgs.
I am a Kappa Liga Bryce Higgs. I am in the 5th grade. I go to John Cardinal O'Connor School, and I live in Westchester.
Kappa Leaguer Sage Johnson.
Hi, I'm Sage Johnson. I'm in the 8th grade. I go to Chester Academy, and I'm from the Bronx.
Kappa Leaguer Matthew Lawrence.
Good afternoon. I am Kappa Leaguer Matthew Lawrence. I go to South Orangetown Middle School. I'm in the 6th grade and I live in Tappan, New York.
Kappa Leaguer Quincy Meeks. Kappa Leaguer Jaden Middleton.
Hello, my name is Jaden Middleton. I attend George Jackson Academy and I live in New Jersey.
Kappa Leaguer John McIver.
My name is John McIver, and I live in New York. I'm in 12th grade. I go to Mount St. Michael.
Okay. Kappa Leaguer Alan David Williams.
Good afternoon. I am Kappa Leaguer Alan David Williams Jr. I am in 8th grade. I attend Montgomery Middle School. Thank you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, chapter brothers, silhouettes, fraternity and sorority, members of the D9, parents and guests. Again, let's give a round of applause for our Kappa League Theta class.
Welcome and congratulations.
Hey.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, guys. Congrats.
Thank you, and congrats. So we're almost there, coming down to the final stretch of the program. Now we're going to transition to the part that we always enjoy doing every year, and we never miss. And I want to thank our very own Honorable Judge Raymond Bruce.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Judge
Good
Bruce.
afternoon.
Can everybody hear me?
We can.
Yes, we can.
I'm glad to hear that. Good afternoon to everyone. Good afternoon to Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity brothers, to Kappa Leaguer inductees, to the Kappa Leaguers past and present, to the Kappa Leaguer inductees, parents, family, and friends, and all distinguished guests. Of course, I have to thank Craig, Phil, Pierre, and any other members of the Kappa League program committee for inviting me to participate with all of these outstanding young men and audience as relates to the 2022 Kappa League induction ceremony. I'm honored, I'm privileged, I'm excited, surely, utterly elated to be here with everybody in the audience and the distinguished inductees. The New Rochelle White Plains Kappa League program finds its origin in the minds of the fraternity brothers who not only had the vision, but the audacity to dream of a program that would train and produce achieving young minority men that would become leaders of impact and influence in especially today's society. Further, the fraternity brothers decided that these young men would be able to succeed in life by giving them a set of skills that wouldn't otherwise be available to them. The fraternity brothers also decided to educate these Kappa Leaguers by placing an emphasis on personal development, academic achievement, and college and career preparation. The program's storied history came to fruition, I believe, in October of 2014. The Kappa League program has matured tremendously over the years since 2014 and continues to develop young men such as these new 14 inductees who have impact and influence wherever they serve their communities. This new class of the Kappa League inductees represents the Theta class, which is the 8th group of young minority men joining the Kappa League family. I want you inductees to know, understand, and appreciate that you are in spectacular and good company. And of course, I don't want to put any pressure on you, but please know that you have a responsibility to uphold. I'd like to take a brief moment to say that I have a personal stake in this because my son, Isaiah Bruce, is a graduate of this illustrious program. And like our outstanding speaker, Jonah Fields, there was a time in my wife's life and my life that we noticed that our son was shy and reluctant to demonstrate or illustrate the gifts that he had. And so along comes this outstanding program. My son is now attending the University of Hampton, and we expect that he'll be graduating from that program because of the wonderful things and virtues that he's learned from this outstanding program. And now, the moment that we've been waiting for. Phil, I might need a little help. Are we gonna be able to show video of the 14 inductees? I need each of them to raise their right hands.
Yes, their video is on, so they should be able to raise their hand.
Okay.
So, and they're all dressed with the black tie, white shirt. Those are all the inductees. So yes.
Good. All right. Your other right hand. Or am I seeing this? You're seeing it. Okay. I'm seeing the mirror image. Okay. All right. So we just saw everybody's name on the monitor. So starting with Kenneth Collins, I would like each of you special 14 inductees to repeat your name for the purpose of posterity. Go ahead, Kenneth Collins. Everybody repeat their name. Say your name.
Vice.
Oh, they may be on mute. I'm sorry, Your
All right,
Honor.
so
They're all on mute.
I anticipated that, so I'm going to state their names for them. Kenneth Collins, Desmond Cypress Jr., Jesse Daniels, Malachi Dodd, Matthew Dodd, Cameron Harris, Jalen B. Harrigan, Bryce Higgs, Sage V. Johnson, Matthew Lawrence, Quincy Meeks, Jaden Middleton, John McIver, and Alan David Williams. I will state a proposition, and after each proposition, you will say, I do. Do you, Special 14, undertake to uphold the highest ideals and traditions of the New Rochelle White Plains Kappa League program? I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Do you dedicate yourselves to achievement, leadership, humility, deference, unity, discipline, awareness, and any other virtue that pushes you towards your destiny? Say, I do.
I do.
do.
I do.
I do.
Do you endeavor to extend a helping hand to all who seek it? Say, I do.
I do.
I do.
Do you endeavor? Very good. Do you all endeavor to perform excellently in all academic affairs?
I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Do you all place an emphasis on personal development, college and career development?
I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Do you all strive to wear the appropriate uniform or attire to class, to exercises, or to special events such as this? Say, I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Sure.
Do you Special 14 endeavor to establish genuine friendships, a special bond with and support to your Theta classmates with the view to developing a viable, a productive, and a worthy Theta class, which will ultimately lead to the Theta class having its own personality? Everybody say, I do.
I do.
I do.
Sure.
Do you Special 14 endeavor at all times,
He said sure.
whether with classmates or not, whether in class or not, whether in meetings or not, wherever you go, do you all endeavor to do all in your power to perpetuate the ideals and values of the New Rochelle White Plains Kappa League program? Say, I do.
I
do.
Do you Special 14?
I do.
Thank you. Do you Special 14 swear to uphold the Constitution of New York State and New York City, and to uphold the rules, policies, and regulations of the Kappa League program? Everybody say, I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
Do you swear that you will bear true faith and allegiance to the same? Everybody say, I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
I do.
And finally, do you all undertake this obligation freely without reservation? And will each one of you discharge the responsibility of the position on which you are about to enter and receive. Everybody say, I do.
I
do.
And now, the moment that we've been waiting for, by the authority vested in me, I now officially, emphasis added, officially designate these special members of the Theta class inductees as new members of the Kappa League program. Congratulations and good luck.
Congratulations.
Congrats and welcome.
Okay, you guys can unmute.
Welcome to the Kappa League.
Good,
Have a great
good,
time.
good.
Congratulations, young man.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Jaden.
Congratulations.
Awesome job, Kappa Leaguers.
Thank you very much, Honorable Judge Brooks. We really appreciate you spending time with us and doing this every year, especially since this is our centennial year. We're at that portion of the program that we're ready to bring it to a close. Brother Marine, I do know there is a slide that's in there, and I don't think we're able to reduce it down where we can get the speech from Can you go to the next slide? If you can just yes. So really, I wanted to take a moment. If we can reduce it down, Brother Marine, that would be great because I know we do have the Grand Pole Mark here. They were able to send this down to our chapter, so I wanted to take a moment at least to share this with the young men who just got inducted, and also for all of our D9 and other supporters that's on the call as it relates to our centennial year and going to St. Louis. So can you play a portion of it and maybe reduce it if possible?
We can play as long as you like. Just let me know when to stop.
Yeah, for the interest of time, I just want to shorten it down, but you can play it.
2022 will be the Guide-Right Centennial. 100 years of Guide-Right. Hello, my name is Kevin Burnett, your National Guide-Right Chairman. We plan to celebrate all year with leadership conferences, community service projects, and Guide-Right meetings. Come celebrate with us. We will have our centennial celebration in St. Louis on July 6th to the 10th. This event will be a celebration and a conference. There will be activities for brothers, both undergraduate and alumni, along with our National Kappa League Conference and a major community service event. One of our goals is to provide lodging, meals, and activities for every Kappa Leaguer attending the centennial celebration at no cost to them, as well as leave a legacy for future programs. The Build a Legacy campaign will help make this happen. With the Build a Legacy campaign, your donation will be immortalized with a commemorative brick, which will be installed in the newly commissioned Centennial Plaza in St. Louis, Missouri, the birthplace of Guide-Right. We are soliciting donations from brothers, chapters, provinces, Guide-Right and Kappa League students and parents, and the general public. You can make a donation by visiting the National Kappa League website. I urge you, please assist in making the Guide-Right Centennial a memorable and historic event by making a donation. How shall I invest my life? This question was asked by Brother Leon W. Stewart in 1922. His concern was to call attention to the serious condition among youth who were graduating from high school each year without having formulated a definitive vocational objective. The Guide-Right movement of Kappa Alpha Psi was the answer to this question. Our legacy this past 100 years is that we've impacted over 500,000 youth. Thanks to critical support from Grand Chapter and the Kappa Alpha Psi Foundation, we are growing faster than ever, and the need has never been greater. We have built on the foundation of past Guide-Right mentors and leaders. With your help, we can take Guide-Right to new heights of impact on youth, impact on our fraternity through reclamation and membership, and increased national recognition of our grand fraternity. I leave you with closing remarks from our Grand Polmar.
And as I always do, I always have to acknowledge the special place that Kappa League has in my heart. This is easily the most important program to me in all of Kappa Alpha Psi. And it has a special place in my heart because at one point I was a Kappa League director for the St. Louis Alumni chapter. And I just fell in love with the Kappa League, and I continue to fall in love with it over and over and over again. But to the Kappa League directors all over the country, you do a fantastic job every year, teaching, training, and preparing young men how to successfully compete in this world. And I am indebted to you for that. That Kappa is the only organization whose youth development initiative is written into our Constitution and statutes. That is how important you all are to us. We want you to be the best that you can be and realize all of your God-given potential.
Thank you, Brother Marine. So as we get ready to close out, we're at the end of the program. And as always, he always closes us out every year. And I know this is one of the hardest working men I know of, because we spent time with the young men actually last night in our midnight run with our social action with Jack and Jill. So I'm going to ask him to have our final closing remarks next to, if Brother Polmark has anything he wants to say, I'm going to leave it in your hands, Brother Early.
Good afternoon, all. God bless you. God bless you. I apologize for not having to be from a visual perspective, but at the other side of my voice. It is an honor, a privilege, just to be here.
Brother Early, I think we're losing you.
Okay.
Brother Early?
But Early, the video, we can barely hear you, and there's no video. I don't know if you're trying to share video, but we can barely hear you.
Okay. No? Brother Early?
Yep, I do apologize. I do apologize.
Okay, better.
As I was saying earlier, it's an honor and a privilege and a blessing to be before you in voice as we come together to welcome yet another class, the Theta class, into the New Rochelle White Plains Alumni Chapter Kappa Alpha Psi's Kappa League program, as we continue to be the ones that we needed while we were growing up, as we continue to mentor and ensure that our entire village is on point in regards to God's will. Let us come together, let us work together, let us celebrate our successes, let us learn as we continue to uplift the ones that come after us. Once again, congratulations. Thank you for this time, and let's continue achieving. God bless you.
Thank you very much, Brother Early. Brother Polmark, this brings a conclusion to the program. I don't know if there's any final thoughts you'd like to share, but I personally want to thank everyone for joining us, especially our special guests from the D9, as well as Jack and Jill and other organizations that have joined. So, Brother Polmark, your final thoughts.
Yes, I just want to echo the sentiments that's been said all throughout. Congratulations to the young men on your induction into a prestigious national program of Kappa League. Congratulations and thank you to the parents for entrusting us with your precious cargo and son, and as we train them for leadership. Thank you to the committed members of the Kappa League committee that are doing an awesome job each and every time, with every session, with every year. So I want to thank you all, the brothers of Kappa Alpha Psi and New Rochelle White Plains Alumni Chapter, for supporting this great endeavor to the committee, to the community at large, the family members, our special guests, Brother Bruce, and others, keynote speaker, everyone. And I just want to say kudos to everyone. Thank you for joining us. And Brother Shula, awesome job. And thank you for all that you do. You muted, Brother Shula.
My apologies. I thought I was on mute. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate it. That is the closure of our program. It is recorded, as Brother Paul Mark Pierre Oscar did say. It is recorded, so we will make sure we get a recording out. I do know it's our centennial, so if there's anyone who wants to everyone doesn't have to stay on the line, but if there's anyone who wants to say something specific, because we can put the view on you, I'll give you an opportunity to do that. But other than that, everyone else is free to go.
Wait, Brother Schuler?
Yes?
There are some Kappa Leaguers who weren't able to get into the meeting because of the participant stuff, because we were having problems with that. So is it okay if you share the recording to the Discord for them to watch it there?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Thank you, Kappa League, great.
Hey, are you going to be able to send it? Because non-nitro users can't send files over 8 megabytes.
Okay, we'll work with our technical support group to make sure we get that out. Okay.
Okay.
That's great.
Good. Other than that, anyone else? Final thoughts? I will remain on the line. Other than that, everyone have a great, and we look forward to seeing you because we know the numbers are going down. So we look forward to seeing you. And yes, this year, we have a venue saved and ready to go forward. College signing day is coming up. We have a lot of big plans for you guys. So we look forward to you. And again, to the mothers and the fathers and the parents, thank you. Have a great evening. Have a great afternoon and enjoy the weekend.
That was just in the class.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Great. Have a good
day.
Congratulations.
Have a safe weekend.
Congratulations.
Bye.
Good weekend and congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
Congratulations, everyone. Good night and have a good weekend.
Good night. Congrats.